Well, good morning, my little space muffins. This is Sahara saying hello to you from Juneau, Alaska. It's actually kind of refreshing here. Well, especially when sun comes up for just a little bit, and it feels so good. And I saw a white moose this morning. White. I I was curious about it. I think it's like the white buffalo, and it's. I saw it. Then you know what was so funny? It was white. It was like a white moose. It was stunning and really good for camouflage. You couldn't see them, so maybe if there's any hunters around, they'll amscray and disappear. Here's the fun part. This is what you do in the Arctic North to have fun. The moose was kind of moseying around out on the outskirts of town. Sometimes he'll walk in. If you remember Northern Exposure, it's like a big moose walking down maybe a side street. And I saw some Eskimo hippies. Yes, indeedy. They have to do something to have fun in the north, so they had squirt guns filled with food coloring, and they squirt the moose, and it made kind of a tie-dye or paisley pattern. It was funny. It was so cute. That moose was adorable, but it was food dyed. You get more from eating cookies. I'm going to, at the end of this, look for a posting of related videos coming up that are on the topics that you are following. I have Yogananda tapes and Jesus Was a Guru by Yogananda. I have psychic development. I have a lot of really interesting charts of famous people, and I've done some wonderful ones, and things like that. So you can look and see, so you can follow along or go back to something you've listened to previously. To get your intuitive mind ready to work, and believe me, your intuitive mind is working all the time. It just needs to be recognized and worked with and developed like a muscle. We have 5 senses, then the intuitive mind is a 6th sense, and it is a sense like hearing, seeing, etc. So if anybody has different ideas about that it's not natural or who the hell knows, just stay with it, because your intuitive mind is the spiritual part of yourself. And there's nothing more rewarding than working with that higher self feeling. So we're going to work with word associations, and it's really important for you to speak each word out loud. This helps you when you're intuitive to bring it out. You have to say it, and it will help you be spontaneous in recognizing and using your intuition, because we get messages constantly all of our lives from day one, but we don't acknowledge it. You're not, say, at a dinner table and you're going to say, the waiter wears pink underwear, because you see it, or the waiter just broke up with a girlfriend, you see it, or I think there's going to be a tidal wave in Australia and an earthquake, which I think there is. So we're going to work with that so we can use it, this gift, God-given, I must say, to help bring about recognition, working with it. We're moving into an age where we will be more nonverbal. So, in the spirit of being nonverbal, and we have a lot to go over because you can become a nonverbal sentient being. You might notice all bipedal creatures communicate telepathically. If you've ever had an experience with an angel or someone from the other side, like a grandmother or grandfather, or people that have had encounters with aliens, all bipedal, meaning they walk upright, have telepathic communications. You're doing it now with other people. So, I want you to repeat each word association to me and say it out loud. Pepper. Snow. Formaldehyde. Swimming pool. Ketchup. Whale. Horse. Love. Paris. Tidal wave. Mountain. Seashore. Seashell. Spaghetti. Refrigerator. Aurora borealis. Fairy. Hold that feeling. I hope we can work with that later. It's one of your most valuable tools, word association. Not just feeling it, but saying it. Because you're walking around feeling things all the time. You have to say it out loud. Write it down. I hope the following exercises will help you with your, well, I know they will, your psychic and intuitive abilities. We work with our 6 senses, including the psychic or intuitive self. We've been working with it since day 1 of your arrival here on planet Earth. When that doctor slapped you on the butt, you started right away. You started to try to sense, what is that? How do I feel? It looks like the doctor has a headache, or whatever. You're feeling things all the time. Now, the next thing I want to do, we did this earlier. This is a very shortened Kriya exercise. Kriya is the meditation side of yoga. And we talked about that a lot, and how to awaken the inner self. Now, we're going to do a shortened one. We're going to work with your angel wings. I want you to take your shoulder blades and pinch them together like you're holding a lemon or a tennis ball. Hold, 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 and release. We're working with your angel wings, the scapula and the trapezius. And I swear, when you look at the human body, or all mammals, we had to be flying at one time with those beautiful angel wings. So I want you to breathe in and hold, pull your shoulders together. Imagine the lemon in your shoulder blades. Hold it. Send that energy up to your third eye. Release. You are visualizing or experiencing, it's like you are a thermometer. The energy goes up the spine and right to the third eye. And the third eye is your God self. Now breathe in again. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those shoulder blades. Send until your body tenses and your upper shoulders tremble. Bring the energy right up your spine, right to your third eye. Feel that. You can close your eyes. Just feel that feeling and release. That is a shortened Kriya exercise, and you could just about do that anywhere. It's kind of, it really activates that third eye. And if you imagine your third eye shooting out from your forehead like one of those laser toys that cats like to chase, same thing. I was doing yoga this morning and I was going to lose my balance. I looked at a yoga block in front of me and I focused, and that's called your drishti. That's your focus. So it's where you're going. And I looked at that yoga block and I felt like my third eye was shooting a red beam to that yoga block. Then I did something else that helps you with your drishti or yoga or drishti or your focus. So we're going to do that one later, my favorite one, but that takes a little more time. It's where you bilocate. I think you might enjoy that. I'm sorry, my camera shut off for a while. Now that we're comfy cozy with our third eye, I'm going to suggest that you get some camphor phonique or cove oil. Just keep it away from your eyes. Those are very, like eucalyptus. It will stimulate your third eye, but you're feeling that focus right about now. The more you work with it, the more useful it is. I'm going to work a lot with that. You can use this for bilocation, and ultimately, when you're doing, think about what your goal is for learning these things. You probably, of course, you have a history since you're interested in this video. If your third eye, now your third eye is your friend, had a name, you can close your eyes, focus on that point. If there was a name, and when you're shooting it out, you feel it activating like maybe a Star Wars laser. It feels good. Now, if your third eye had a name, what would that name be? James von Prague taught me in class that if you feel your eye blink, and that sounds very strange, but you're going to find your own way of what works for you. Now, I hope you have a name. Now, if it had a color, what would it be? It can be many things. It might just be plain. It might be fancy. Take a deep breath. Focus that laser beam. Concentrate on it as if you were focusing it outward, so that somebody all the way in another state can see that shine, because people have light. We are made of light. Now, if you have a color, that's great. If you don't get it, you will. it comes. It'll become more natural to you. If your intuitive or psychic mind had a book for us to read, what would that book be? Close your eyes. Feel that beam going to this book. It's on a bookshelf. It's in the library. You see it open before you. What is the name of this book? That beautiful beam that now has a name and a color will go right to a book. When we come out of it, listen to this tape again and write down your responses. You want to, of course, repetition is kind of integral to doing this. If your intuitive mind had a smell, what would it be? Would it be a flower, an ocean breeze, or the perfume of your grandmother? I think you might know this already. Spirit friends that come to visit often have perfume or an identifying odor. Now that you've got that, and be sure to listen to this again so you can record your responses. What you're learning is more valuable than you could possibly imagine. If your psychic mind had a taste, what would it be? Think about it. You might want to imagine that taste in your mouth. Is it a chocolate chip cookie? Is it lobster? Chocolate. It has a taste, wait, and that would be identifying to you and a confirmation that you need to pay attention, or just think about when you get that smell or that sound. Here now you have a sound, color, a name. If you get any of these sensations, just know that it's time to be aware. Now we're going to ask your psychic mind to give you a song about you and your current life. I want you to think of a song. We talked about this earlier. How many songs have you listened to in your lifetime? Songs do come easiest to most people. Now you have a song. You have a toolkit. You use this in your daily life. Use it when you need to know something. Now, if your psychic mind had a vitamin for you to take, what would it be? Have you had it before? If you want, with your psychic mind, look at a shelf in a vitamin store or in your home. I hope you see something. You might see it and taste it. There's many ways you can feel the necessity of this vitamin or mineral. So go back, watch this again, so that you can take the time to write these important clues down, to be in tune. Now, this is something that we're going to do to help us use what we've gained, the tools that we've learned. I want you to say the name of an associate of yours. It you it can be someone in your work, an association, a work association, a client, um, a teacher, a friend. Say the name and gender out loud. Now say the approximate age of this person. If you had one descriptive word for this person, what would it be? Well, maybe several. Maybe tall and slim, or you understand what I'm saying. A descriptive phrase. This person in your life, and make this a living person. Come to think of it, it doesn't have to be. If this person drives up in a car, what kind of car is it? Imagine them pulling up. They ask you if you would like a ride, and they say, "Are you going my way?" You have to decide, if you were to go, how do you feel about taking a ride with this person? This person reminds you of somebody that you knew in the past of your life. Someone you knew. Could be a neighbor from your early childhood. Could be, seriously, how many people have you known? You have the greatest reservoir and repertoire in your past. Oh, the Arctic Express went through again. So feel for a minute. Who does this person remind you of in your past? All the gazillion people you have known. You might get the association right away or not. Generally, you've had this feeling all along. That's what's amazing. This is something that you've been using all along. This is how sometimes you are getting to know somebody better and you go, "I should have known." They were sending you were getting signals all this time. Now you've made up your mind as to whether you're going that way on the ride with this person. Decide if you want to go on a ride with them or not. If you had a present to give to them, what would it be? It can be anything. It can be a song to dance, or a beautiful present, or it could just be a wave goodbye. You don't want to know this person, so you just go bye bye. I always sing the song from Sound of Music. Goodbye, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, saying goodbye. That's what I say. And bios con Dios. Other times, I hand a beautiful package, wrapped up, fancy bows, and it's beautiful. What would you give this person? Give it a moment. I'm going to wrap it up now. The best thing you can do is, right about now, I haven't made it yet. It'll take me about a day to make an attachment for an index of previous uh, videotapes, and you're going to pick from, if you want, come back. You're going to see at the end a trailer. If you look up at the little eye in the right-hand corner, this will guide you to um, the attachment to the index. So if you want to go back and review any of these development exercises, or I've also done, dear to my heart, is a series of lost transcripts of Yoga Nanda. The other thing I've done that, of course, is my passion is astrology charts. I've done about 50 of. I'll probably just put about 15 in the index of charts of famous people, interesting people, intriguing people. If you like astrology, if you don't like astrology, that's fine. It's not everybody's cup of tea. So I will bid you adieu. I'm looking forward tomorrow to see that white moose again. He looks so cute. I wonder if these Eskimos can make a pet out of this guy. So we shall see. I wonder if I were to see the moose, can I give him a present like a carrot? I just hope the present isn't me running away from the moose. So I know that you're not supposed to fool around with wildlife. So just because he's a tie-dye paisley white moose doesn't mean I can go over and make friends with him. That might be my last. I will use this exercise to determine whether it's a good idea to go hang out with a moose or mooses. I use these exercises for everything. You name it. When you train yourself to start using it, life becomes so much easier. So you have reawakened. We're all sleeping avatars. We're all sleeping giants of the best sort. So you're going to be able to navigate this world and other worlds with such joy. Joy is the goal. I have some more things for you coming up, so stay tuned. You will look in the lower right-hand corner, and you're going to see an icon that is a cat. That says it's a Zen kitty, Z-E-N. And the kitty says that was Zen, and this is Meow. Press that and subscribe so you are notified as to the upcoming videos of your choice. I now have to say good night to Rosie. Good night, Rosie. And good night to Frankie. Night, night, puppy face. I'll see you on the airwaves. Love, Sahara.